Suleiman Rahim here, Messenger Covenant, Breaker 7 Seals. The betrayers. What are betrayers? Talk about that. First, we need to understand the mind and the brain. They had this guy, Naim Akbar, whatever. He was a follower of the messenger. I remember the name, I don't remember the person. And he's trying to break down, how the mind was corrupted. Okay. I mean, I understand the basic theme, right? But but right off, he was he was connecting the mind, the brain is the same thing. Right away, I knew he didn't know what he was talking about. Most people do that. You think the mind, the brain, I mean, it's synonymous. They talk about like they're the same thing. They're not. They're not the same thing. Not even close. So we need to understand that. Mind is like software. It's like you have a computer, you have the hardware, and then you got the operating system. The operating system determines how your computer operates. What I call operating system. And this applies to data, has all the apps and all that stuff on it, right? And so it gives it just applies information to the hardware, and hardware calculates it. Hardware is just a calculator, just a calculator. The mind supplies information, controls that calculator. Says, "Well, here's information, right? And give me a result. Feed this in, give me a result, right? Give me an answer." And that's the way it works. Two different things. And so, no matter how good the brain is, because some computers are more advanced than others, right? I mean, they have greater, like I say, more powerful chips and all that kind of stuff to make to calculate faster, right? And whatever. But it still depends on the information that's given it. Right? It can't go beyond the information that's given it. It can produce information. It can say, okay, information you give it, then it can calculate it, and right, and then take that information, the information to produce it, and then take that back in, right? But still information. That's more complicated. In other words, you give it information, it calculates and give you information back. Now, it can take the information they gave you back and take that back in and compare it to other things, calculate it, but still no. Still depend upon the information you gave it. That's where the problem comes in at. Because you can have a superior computer, they have a version Asian computer, version A. You got a version Z. Version A is very cheap, very limited. Version Z is very powerful. Both depends on operating system. So if you get that version Z, just basic information, and you get a version A, complicated. Version A is going to come out with better information than the other because it has less information, has more information to deal with. So you control the information that comes out based on information you give in. That's exactly what happened to us. They controlled us by the information they allowed to come in. In other words, they gave us their operating system. Operating system just give them this information. Therefore, we came out with little information, came out with little answers, little results, acting ignorant and everything because the information we had was limited. Because they said, okay, don't let them read. It made a law against us reading. You would make a law against a dog not to read because it wouldn't matter. So there was limited information, even though they knew we had a better calculator than them. We had a much better calculator than them, but they knew that if they gave us information, right, that we would come out with a better result than them, so they limited the information. That's exactly what they did, and they still are doing it. Limited information. That's called a premise. Premise is what you have logic and premise. Same concept. The premise is right, information. I mean, what information is like facts. Information. Logic is what you do process. How you process that information. So when Master Robin came along, first thing he said, actual facts. These are facts. That was the actual facts. I said actual facts because there are some facts that are not actual. Right? Because they told us the facts they gave us. Right? The premise they gave us was Christianity and capitalism, and based on that, we are. And if we calculated that, with their mind, then we actually became more submissive to them because that calculation proved that we should be subordinate to them because we was black, so we was less than them. The Bible says it. I know it's true. What's it? Because the Bible so told me so. Is that song, whatever? Jesus loves me. This I know because the Bible tells me so, or some stuff like that. Because they limited the information you got. So therefore, your result, how you act, how you think, depend on the information they gave you. So they limit it. They say, okay, I want this person to think this way. Or what information I give them to make them think this way. And that was a sealed Bible and the interpretation of it. See, sealed Bible was bad enough. But what they did is they gave their interpretation of the sealed Bible. They even limit even more. Because if you just had the sealed Bible itself, just that, right? And that would have been one result. But they even limited that. So they limit the information you had. And so therefore, you was acting like a stupid monkey, whatever the hell you acting as. Fools, dummies, drug dealers, rapists. Because that's who's acting on information they gave us. That don't mean we was that. That means that's because that's the information they gave us. And they gave themselves information, their people information, right? They allowed them, right? That's democracy. They allowed them to perpetuate that whole cycle. So they tell their people, oh, okay, you're better. You're spiritually Abraham and all these different things. And so their people acting like, so they acted superior because they gave them information. So they're superior, you're inferior. And God cursed you. So you understand? That is what's been going on for the last 500 years. It's going on right now. That's the whole idea behind false Israel. Because once you analyze what false Israel is all about, you know this is all a big scam designed to perpetuate that idea. Because that right there is like the cornerstone. That right there, it will hold this whole thing up. Because the whole idea is, right, you're on the bottom, you was Ham. That's the cornerstone. You was Ham, and everything else follows after that. You was Ham, you was cursed to be black, slaves forever. That's what Ham was supposed. Ham was cursed to be black and slaves forever. And so that's it. And that's what Jesus wants. Jesus is God. If you don't obey Jesus, you're going to hell. You understand? So once you got that information in, and you got no other information in, and you look around and you see our people in hell, they don't know anything. They don't know about Africa. They don't know about their history. Look, everything around you substantiates what they say. Even if you don't have time to look around anyway, because you were so busy picking that cotton, you couldn't think. Remember, using that field, you was not even allowed to think. You didn't have time to think. You didn't think, pick that. The overseer watched you, pick that cotton. All you think about picking that cotton. If you miss a stroke, bam, they tear your ass up. So you weren't even allowed to think, even with the information they gave you. And when you got finished doing that, you didn't go home, almost sit around and sit around the fire and think. No, you went home. And once you got it, the only thing you want to do is get some sleep. Because they never allowed you even an hour's sleep. You'd be so tired when you got there. So for hundreds of years, you weren't even allowed to think. You wonder why people in the situation are right now. For hundreds of years, that's a hiccup. Hundreds of years, you was not even allowed to think. And you wonder why people in the condition they are right now? For hundreds of years, you was not allowed to think. And even if you could think, you had nothing to think with. No information. You know what North or South was. You know about North Africa. You know what the universe was. All you knew was picking that goddamn cotton, getting your ass whooped, eating that shitlins. That's all you knew. You knew nothing else. You didn't have a language. No, you didn't speak English back in the field. You didn't know English. You knew what they told you. You knew, pick that cotton, boy. I tell your ass up, boy. Eat that shitlins, boy. Yes, sir, master. No, sir, master. That was pretty much all your language you knew. Don't watch these stupid ass movies because you would not speak like that. You didn't know. You didn't have enough words to speak like that. They allow you to read, and your language was very limited to exactly what they wanted you to do, like a robot. And then if you knew anything more than that, you get your answer. Where you learn that word from, boy? Who told you about that, boy? You wasn't even allowed to speak for hundreds of years. So you don't know the extent of what they did. We're allowed to speak, not allowed to think. Limited information. You didn't know that not only didn't you know where north and south was, you didn't know there was a north and a south. You didn't know there was a planet Earth. You didn't know it was Africa. You didn't know you came over here from someplace else. You didn't know history. You didn't know what history was. Those concepts you didn't even know. They reduce you to an animal for hundreds of years. Hundreds of years. That's what happened. That's not a cook. They won't. That's why they don't want their children to know exactly what happened. And even the people that's telling you ain't telling you this. They're not taking to this extent. They tell you the root story. Oh, they gloss over, like, okay, at home you had a fireplace, grandma was at the fireplace rocking a rocking chair. One time she saw a rocking chair, and most never saw a rocking chair unless they got anywhere near the master. The master on the porch rocking. What's that? Well, they got the master's house, and they didn't do that unless it was one of the master's children. Now they was allowed to speak, and they was limited. They was allowed to limited thought. They all over history. They didn't know, but they was around master. But the point is, they had the same calculator master had. They had the same brain master had. They was master's children. So it wasn't so much danger for them because they had the same calculator, and so they wasn't against master. It was against you, just like master was. Only thing, the problem they had is that they had black skin, and master didn't treat them as well as he treated his own children. They treated them better than they treated you out in that field. Understand that. So that's the difference between the mind and the brain. So right now, the problem is that this mind is not working anymore because this mind was designed for a season. Remember, they get the mind from us. I explained to you scripture. Scripture is the mind. Scriptures are the mind designed for a certain season. It's a software for a certain season. The software you need for winter. The software you need for spring. The software you need for summer. The software you need for autumn. Every season, you need a different mindset. You need to think a different way. You can't operate in the winter like you operate in the summer. So you need to do mind. And so we have 4 seasons every 24,000 years. Each one is 6,000. That's why this Yakub thing was 6,000 years, because that's one season that we had to deal with. And that's the worst winter season we ever had. Now we're going to spring season. Everything's starting to thaw out. But we need a new mind for that. But their mind was limited to because the computer they had, right, was a winter computer designed for the winter. Not the software, the hardware. Hardware. So therefore, it couldn't handle the mind or spring mind. It was designed to only handle a winter mind. It was only designed to handle winter mind. But your brain can handle every season mind. It can handle it if it's given it. So therefore, you had their mind during this winter, and you was limited. You wasn't allowed to think anything. It was extremely cold. He was freezing. He was getting frostbite because you had their mind, but you right. And so now you go in spring, and now a new mind is coming in. They can't handle. You can. So now your mind is about to be upgraded. Theirs can't be upgraded. So we can't upgrade this. We don't support. Okay, we can't get. Windows doesn't support right? That brand, that type of computer, it's too old. Windows won't operate on that. You see, Windows Windows will not operate on that. Windows 25 will not operate on that computer. It's just too old. It won't operate on it. You need a new computer because they won't operate on that. Oh man, and yeah, but I need to I need to do all this other stuff. Uh, well, you got a new computer. It won't operate yet. Windows will not operate on that computer. Period. Okay. And there's another computer over there that operates on that one. Right? But you don't want to operate on that one. Yeah. If it's operate on that one, you're in trouble. That means it can operate on ours. We could upgrade the new mind. We can operate Windows 2.5, 2.5. So they got to make sure we never get upgraded because we do, we operate, and they can't. And so therefore, what happens? They can't, right? Next version comes out. Their computer's obsolete. You get rid of it. It don't work anymore. Right? They don't support the old Windows. We don't support that Windows 2.4 anymore. Support it. Don't support it anymore. What am I gonna do? Well, you got to get rid of that computer because we not gonna. We got Windows 2.5. Got that. It won't run on your computer because you don't. It's too old. You got to get a new one. Yeah, but I can't afford a new one. Well, I don't know what you're gonna do because 2.5 will run, and stuff you need to do, you need 2.5. You ain't no choice. You got to get rid of it. Don't call us back because we don't support 2.4 anymore. You understand the situation here, brothers? Because they was designed. That's what it says in the lessons. They have what that says ounce brand was six ounces. What it means doesn't mean it was actually 6. And we out of 7. But we go, and that's the situation. But right now, we still operating on the old line that they control. So you got somebody standing by and said, okay, got that computer will run. Okay, let me install Windows 2.5 on that one. That's got all the apps. It's going to bring all this information in. But before, you was running 2.4 in that computer. Plus, you was running a restricted version. It had Norton on there, keeping all this information out. He was running a very restricted. So it wasn't working that well. I mean, it could work really well, but you was running inferior operating system on it, an inferior one. It wasn't doing anywhere near what it could do. It was operating like an old-fashioned computer because you had Windows. Actually, you didn't have 2.4. You had Windows 1.0. That was Windows, man, is way outdated. That's what you had running that thing. You got Windows 2.4. You got Windows 0.10 or something. That software is like 30 years old, man. How you got an operating system 30 years old on that brand new computer over there? It's powerful. You run an old. Well, I don't want to put too much on you because but the computer, you got the stuff that you run all your best stuff on it. It won't handle 2.5. That one will. Now 2.5, 2.6, whatever, because it's up to date. It's a powerful computer. You run old software on it, real way old operating system. What operating system we built 20, 30 years ago? Why are you doing that? That's what's going on, brothers and sisters. And now they looking at they looking at their backs against the wall now. But their brain won't work. And if they turn ours on, then we overcome them. But maybe if we can somehow turn that one on, upgrade it, and still control the operating system somehow. Or the mind. We can't, right? Or just That's the limit they have. I hope you understand. I'm just giving you. I want to talk about some other things. I'm talking about the betrayers is my main issue. You understand the difference between the mind and the brain. Right now, you operate on an inferior mind. That's what the sealed Bible is all about. That's the mind that was given them. It was a mind that was sealed. It was sealed because it's seasonal. One season. Unsealed when the season changes. And then a new mind comes in and that mind won't work anymore. Your computer was designed for that mind only. That's not an analogy. That's the way it is, brother. They cannot upgrade. Can upgrade to a new mind. Upgrade. Mathematics is too complicated. People will not run on it. Will not run that computer. Will not run their brain. It's just too much data. The brain can't handle it. Keep going crashing. So they start crashing. Nothing you can do. Oh man, damn, keep crashing all the time, man. I can't think. I can't think. I don't know what's going on. I can't deal with it. Look how complicated the world is becoming. You see how complicated the world has never been as complicated as it is right now. Your lifetime, I don't care how old you are. The world has never been as complicated as it is right now. It's getting more complicated every day. Their brains can't handle it because look where they're going. They fight with everybody. Why America's fighting with everybody? That tells you right there what's going on. But I tell you, understand what they react to. They're trying to hold on to the world. If they had control of it, they wouldn't have to be fighting. You fight when you're trying to get control of something or trying to maintain control. If you got control, you don't need to fight. You understand? Because you got control. That's by definition. So right now they fight more and more. They fight here. The war's getting bigger. They're losing. They're losing all of them. And the whole world's talking about now nuclear war. How complicated is that? The whole world is talking about. You never, even 5 years ago, people weren't talking like that. A nuclear war, a global war, a regional war, this war, and now Trump's actually saying, I'm going to take this. Now America's supposed to be the one that's stopping everybody taking countries and invading it. Now they're going to invade Greenland. They're going to invade Panama. We're going to drop a bomb on Iran. Stop it. We're going to do this. They're doing it because, well, they're trying to get the world back under control where they can understand it. They get the control to the point where they can understand it. They can't understand it right now, so they're trying to get back. That's what. See, that's confusion. When you're confused, you're trying to stop the confusions. So you try to eliminate the source of your confusion. What's causing the confusion? You don't want nobody wants to be confused. So, hey man, this going on. The economy's messed up, man. We're in debt. Hey, got this going on. Man. Got drones going on. And got accidents. You got fires and got global warming. And you got Brexit. Right? And got political turmoil. And somebody's trying to kill the president. And this. They never seen the complicated as this right now. Never. And their brains cannot handle it. Yours can't. But they don't want you to. They try to keep you ignorant to what's going on, the complications of the world. And the complication, right, is because of you to begin with. It's a complication because a new mind is on the scene. And now you got mind against mind. And this mind is making the world more complicated. And they can't understand it. Angel understands this world completely. Because it says, this who this is what they're going to do. And that means the angel has total control of this world, the mind. Just think about it. Once you get into the angel, if you understand it, it's not confused. It's not confused. And they are. You're going in there, oh man, who is this? Who is real seed Abraham? Trump is going to do this. We're going to make America great again. Right there. That statement right there saying, we got a problem because America needs it. We're losing control of America. Ain't that what he's saying? If you're going to make America great again, it means we lost control of it. They lose control of it. They lose control of the political system. They control everything. And that's also bad luck. Because bad luck is negative energy, and now they got all this negative energy that built up over the 5 years. So now it's manifesting itself as bad luck. And it's getting worse and worse because the dam is cracking. So that's evidence of it cracking. And so the dam is going to break fully, and everything they do is going. It's not going to be like backfire. Everything they do when that dam breaks will backfire, no matter what they do. If they pull out a gun and try to shoot you, somehow the gun's going to turn around and shoot, blow their head off. Everything, I'm telling you, everything they do, they try to make, I'm gonna shoot you, man. Then the bum blows up and blow the pan off. Everything they do, everything, 100% will backfire. Everything. That's it being confusion. That's what it tells you. And it says, man will come and he'll run from the lion and run into the bear. He run from the bear and run into a snake. Snake get him. It says a man is on the bed. He's 6 feet. He's 5 feet tall. He's 6 feet tall. And he got a five by five blanket. So he covers his head. It's cold, real cold night. His feet cold. Cover his feet. His head's cold. You can't. That's what it's telling you. Everything will backfire. Everything. No exception. Everything. Everything will backfire. They won't have any friends. Their friends will turn against them, or their family will turn against them. It says a woman she'll betray her husband. She on first her birth, how she's birthed, and so forth. So on. Children be great. Everybody be turned against. Everything will backfire totally. Totally. New mathematics don't work anymore. Operating system will not work anymore. Sealed Bible will not work anymore. The sealed Bible not only will it work, not only will the software not work anymore, but it's going to be it's going to be totally corrupt. Not only want to work, but it's just going to I guess you hack. It's going to be totally a virus. But like false Israel is the source of it. And that goes. The software won't even work. I mean, say it won't work. It can't even. It won't even work on the computer anymore. Say another way. Okay. It's on there, but it won't handle the complexity. It need an upgrade. What if the thing won't even the computer the software doesn't work at all? You see what I'm saying? You can have Windows on there and it's real slow, it's buffering everything else. What if the thing just says, "Hey, the computer's not working"? It's an error every time you try to upload it. They turn Windows on, it says error. That's what it is. You see what I'm saying? But when false Israel goes down, that's going to bring this whole thing down. The whole thing's that's what's happening here. So, but you upgrade. You can have all seasons. So when you can upgrade easy. When they make sure you never get upgrade. Never get to the end of mind. But they do. They're through. They're gonna be through anyway. They're gonna be through from you. One thing is that if the spring comes in and everything just melts. Another thing, if you go in there, if you go in there with what do you call it, a flamethrower, it's just burning up everything. So it's two ways. It's just natural destruction, spring natural, right? Or you just go in there with the flamethrower and just put it into it real fast. Here, spring come here, may come flamethrowers. You was worried about the heat from the sun, and they come with flamethrowers. That's pretty much where it's going to be. They try to invent that part, the flamethrower part. Only way you're going to do that, you have to have the new upgrade. And they're going to do everything to prevent that. That's why they're all out Middle East trying to hold up false Israel, because you don't understand the importance of false Israel is. It's what's keeping you blind, keeping you locked in a sealed Bible. It's the seal. It's your mind seal that seals you into the sealed Bible. False Israel is the seal that seals you into the into the sealed Bible. Because as long as false Israel, that means you must be what they say. You must be Ham. If you're Ham, logic follows all other stuff. That they're your master, you've been a slave and all that kind of stuff. If false Israel goes down, then you can't be. They couldn't be that. That couldn't be. So you must be. If you find that you are, everything changes. But now they the devils. You the master. Everything belongs to you. They ain't gonna be slaves forever. And you got the whole universe backing you. You you got this. You the spring, and the sun is backing you. Springtime, and they ain't got nothing backing them. Everything is melting, and their powers melting right before their eyes. They know, right? You're gonna turn them, right? Because it's turning them to water, and you're gonna turn that water into piss. See, when spring's gonna turn them into water, all that snow, ice to water, and you're gonna turn that water into piss. You don't want that. Let's move on, brothers and sisters. All those things I mentioned. I want to get into this betrayers. I want to never really talk about that like I'm going about bad luck. I had to do that. Anyway, in the Quran, it talks about everything, nature goes crazy. And they said, what befell her? What befell the earth? I need to get that quote. Maybe I'll do it next time. I'm not going to go. Maybe I can find it right quick. I want to get exact quote. Second. Can't find it right now, so let me try one more. Yeah, I can't find it right now. Anyway, I'll just talk about it tomorrow. But it talks about, it says, everything. They're going to lose control of the earth. Right now, they've had control of the earth. It's that God can make God will go out, leave the whole world, they had control because it was their season. So things worked out for them. Because they were winter people and it was in winter season. So if you're a winter person in the winter, the winter's going to be in your favor. Not going to be in the favor of spring people because they will be cold and freezing. It's going to be in your favor. So now all of a sudden, spring's come in and everything's melted. So what's going on? And they didn't know about the spring. What's going on? What has befallen the earth? Befallen. Nothing's working. That's what happened. all this technology, all this. Remember, I was telling you that even the planes and all this vast so-called military complex they have. Remember, it can't even tell you that. It says you have to pass through the air, so you can't pass through the air without Allah's permission. You got to go through the water. You can't traverse the waters without Allah's permission. That means if those ships, they depend on the water being normal, tame. They don't depend on the water being tidal waves and all that kind of stuff, because therefore the ships wouldn't be able to sail. And they depend on see, you didn't think about these things. They depend on they depend on the planes that the weather's good condition, because they can't fly those planes in tornadoes and hurricanes. They can't fly those jets and missiles on that. What if all that's happening in that middle? Whoever has control of nature, who has control of the waves, who control the atmosphere, has control of their power. Their power has to transverse that. And we have control over that. Master Muhammad has control of that. So they can't win no matter what they do. Because we got this great power, but they don't tell you. We depend on what if America's attacked, and whole America's got a big hurricane go come to whole America. They can't shoot their missile off. They can't defend themselves. What if the ocean's got tidal waves in it? And the planes, you understand? And it tells you in the lesson that we control the weather. There's no way they can win. That's why I was telling you. I'm not giving you all the details here. I'm just showing you a way to look at this so you understand what's going on. So they're telling you is we got this great military. They don't tell you it depends on God letting us use it. And you the God. Oh, you're starting to feel me? They can't let you know you're the God, but you actually control the military. You can't use it unless you allow the weather to be okay so they can shoot those missiles and planes. You allow the ocean to be settled and calm. So, understand what I'm saying? And when you get your mind back, you have control of things, right? That's why Muhammad has control of those things. But it also tells you that the Son of Man has control too, because it says, yeah, exactly how the lesson goes, but it says, how he said, basically said, the Son of Man's in the center of earth, experimenting with high explosives. I can't quote exactly how it says, but he says he's controlling the weather. What's high explosives? What's high explosives? This new wisdom's coming in. The frequency and vibrations, right now I'm emitting vectors, frequency and vibrations, interacting with their frequency and vibrations. My frequency and vibrations are greater than theirs. So eventually it overwhelms theirs, stronger and stronger and stronger. Hope you understand. Anyway, let's move on. Get to the main point here. So, no religion out there. Hear what religions are. Religions are software, they're apps, operating systems. Yeah. Because what happened is that we started getting downgraded. Energy deprivation downgraded. Therefore, the operating system. Remember, the whole universe needs to operate. Yeah, we had the mind system to control this whole universe. Make own a cream of the planet of God universe. And they're going to correct these dots. They said we had the mind, then as a universe, yeah, downgrading down. So we got the point. The mind, right, was downgraded to the point where it didn't have control of the universe anymore. Didn't have a mind for it. We downgrade to the point we got now. but they actually took our mind from us and gave us their mind, right? And so forth. So like I explained earlier. So, but as a nations, as we downgraded, we lost. Then what happens? We need minds, like, So like you have eyes, and some people see 20/20. Some people say less and less. They see nearsighted and they wear glasses, but they still can see and see it well. So therefore, once we had lost the mind, right, operating system, operate the whole universe, operating system that allows us to operate the whole universe, then we come with minds that operate things around here on the planet, and those are religions. Religions are. Those are religions. This the lower grade operating system. Yes, they are. They tell you, well, this works, this way this works. And none of them can withstand scrutiny. You can destroy all of them just ask questions. All of them requires you to be faith. You can destroy all of them with just questions. That's why I tell you, don't ask questions, have faith. Because you ask questions, they reveal they're not really. But they see the problem is they told you there was this um what do I call it, secondary when that, well, no, that's not a good word. Okay, well, if they tell you they were okay. Say I'm trying to think of a word. I've got to invent a word for this, right? They try to tell you there was not fully capable operating system. They told you that would be okay. So okay, well, this operating system is just right. Operate this factory. This operating system just operate. It's not to operate the whole world. It can't operate. You can't use this system to operate the whole country, but you can use this system to operate this city. But you want to operate the whole country, you need this software. So I got this downgrade model. They told you that, okay. But they try to tell you that this operating system won the universe. That's where a lie comes in at. Because it's not. Hinduism doesn't do it, Christianity doesn't do it, Judaism, none of them. The only one doing is the angel. Understand? And there's some limitation there because Master Muhammad got his other half. I don't want to go there. The thing is that so that's why, and if they tell you that, they're lying to you. And or you can always ask. That's why I don't want you to ask questions. Because I ask questions, things don't fall apart. It's like, for instance, I mean, this is a little. I'm gonna use one a little more complicated. Right? I'm gonna use a simpler one because you probably not gonna get this. It says they plan and Allah plans. Allah is the best of planners. Now, see, most you're not gonna catch that. Most you never pay attention to that. They see, Allah is the best planner. I keep telling you, you look at these things, right? That's why Farrakhan don't ask. He never take questions because questions will destroy everything he says. Questions will destroy all this. But you never thought nobody gets second thought. I guarantee you probably go nowhere and find a comment on what that means. If you think about it, which you never have, say, wait a minute, something wrong here. But they telling you that Allah is this being that omnipotent, and he takes and he can just make the universe his will, anything, the spirit, nobody can see, but he made the earth and the world, like he got this wand or whatever, he can just be in his on, and that's the way you're thinking, which is totally wrong. And then you come in, then it tells you, well, our plans, they plan a lot, plan the best of planners. That right there destroys everything with all that whole concept. But if he can do all that, then why do you need to plan? Why does he need to plan? You plan against dogs and cats? See? That right there, it's blew you away right there because you never thought, oh, well, no, you don't. You don't plan against ants. Why you care about their plans? You say, and you step on them. Why do you care about their plans? Why you need the best planner? If you want somebody's plans, that means that's an adversary. If you got adversary, you not know God is totally control everything, because then you wouldn't have an adversary. If God got an adversary, that means something similar to him that he has to respect, because he has a plan against it. His plan has to be better than their plan. He respects their plan, so he makes sure he have a better plan than they do. I'll tell you right there. And he's talking about their plan. He's talking about man's plan. So I tell you right there, God's a man. If you analyze it, he's telling you God's a man. He's just smarter than the rest. That's what exactly he's saying. But you never even thought to ask that question. You never even thought to ask that question. What do you mean he's the best of plan? Why do you need a plan? If he's all this, he don't need a plan. He's wipe his hand, raise his hand, all is gone. How you going? You don't need to fight with you. Why does God need to fight with anybody? Why do you need to bring a sword? Why you got to fight? You had to fight with ants? Well, if you let them go over you, it's really not a fight. You ain't getting to take a bath, so they gone. That right there, a little statement right there that just goes right past you. He's the best of planners. And probably most of you picked up on that. I tell you, you don't even see the Quran for what it is. You know about the recital properties. I told you, nobody even mentioned it before. You never knew anything about the recital properties. Well, I told you that's if you're doing a recitation. You never heard this stuff you're hearing right now, and you know it's true if you think about it, and you never heard anything like this, not even close, not even from Elijah Muhammad. That shows a new world coming in, new mind. It shows I must have it because ain't nobody telling me. There's no books out there I can read to get this from. You can't, I could get Angel get it because it's right now there unless you break the seals of it, because you don't see it in there. All you got to do is ask questions. Like Farrakhan, who has the seed, the man, woman? How did we start out in life? As a seed, right? As a sperm, right? Well, then you started out as the devil, didn't you? That's case closed. Case closed. Because you're a devil. You'll never let you ask questions. Elijah Muhammad always let you ask questions. Farrakhan will never do it because right there, he's dead. That's a simple answer. You have to take biology to get that one. Anybody know anything about seeds and sperm, anything? Know that you start as a sperm. And you came out from your father. So you came out, you started out as a devil. Is anything that can change your nature? No, nothing, zero. You put apple seed, I don't care what kind of land you put, it's never come out orange or apricot or lemon, nothing. It's gonna come out orange. I mean, apple. It's going maybe a good apple, bad apple, but it's gonna be an apple. No such thing as good devil, by definition, like good shit. There's no such thing as good shit. They can't withstand questions. That's why to have faith. You say, ask questions, all that stuff fall apart. Ask me all the questions you want. I encourage you. I ask people, do you have questions? Nobody ever asks. And nobody's ever attacked me out there. They try to ignore me because they know if they do, they're dead. They had that little problem with little Malcolm. Malcolm whooped their ass. They said they'll never let that happen again. He was just representing Elijah. Elijah didn't have the angel. They're talking about those who say, woe to those who say evil is good and good is evil. Who's doing that? They're these devils. But they're saying what they're doing is good. But we understand with angel, they worship Satan. And Satan thinks he's good. He thinks God is bad. Satan thinks he's good. He thinks God is bad. I mean, why would he think he's bad? No one wants to think they're bad unless they prove they're bad. They look in the mirror. No one wants to think they're ugly. And then they confront with a mirror. Then they go on the shock. Damn, everybody told me I was beautiful. And now they're looking. Must be something wrong with this mirror. What was that old fairy tale, Good Witch or whatever? It said, don't break, she was breaking all the mirrors. I was in Wonderland or whatever, Wizard of Oz or something. Don't break me no mirrors. But then that's the devils. They're going to have to look in the mirror in a minute. And that's going to drive them insane. Because when false truth goes down, they can realize they are devils. And we the angels. And more than that, we the gods. And they've been cursing us, and now they curse, and they can't get away with it. They can't get out of it. They don't understand consequence. Like I said, it says no man can see God and live. What are you talking about? Are the devils? But they consider man, we consider gods. No man can see God and live. What? Because when they see consequence, they cannot survive it. They say they cannot survive consequence because they're evil. They cannot survive the spring because they're winter. Another way of saying it. Move on, brothers and sisters. I'm going to try. Well, I know I ain't going to keep this. I'm going to say a little thing I want to say here. This is Diamond. That's Papa. Here's his son. If he's that's his son, that's family and friends on over at this. He said, Dad, I want to be like you, Dad. Really? I want to be like Dad. I want to be like you. I don't end up like them, man. I want to be like you, Dad. You sure you want that? Yeah, man, Dad, please. I want to be like you. You sure you really want that? You know what you have to go through to be like me? You sure you want? Yeah, Dad, I want to be like you. But if you be, it means you have to leave your family. You have to leave me too, and you're gonna be in darkness for millions of years, all by yourself, all isolated. That's what it's gonna take to be me. You sure you? Yeah, Dad. I want to be like you, Dad. You sure you want? Because he don't know. He's all he know. He ain't thinking about what Dad telling him. Saying, I want to be like you, Dad. And you did it, right? So then, right? Then what happens? Okay, let's get on with it. And he's in darkness, all by himself, all alone. And his family, they cold. What happened to cold? Colds get burned up. And they didn't want to be like Dad. They didn't want to be like Dad. They thought they knew it all. I'm gonna be me, man. I'm hanging. They've been burned up. That's what happens to coal. They don't transform. Feel me? After coal done transform, he just hit a wide sunset. I want to be like you. See? So okay. So what happens? So yes, all the others was gone. They all burned up. He's bigger than Dad now. He's a man, but that was billions of years of pressure and cold and darkness, away from everybody, isolated. It's hard, but now it's in the past now. Our experience, brother and sister. You're gonna be like Dad. You'll be like God, like Dad. Go to the heart call. I'm gonna say, man, I ain't doing that. I ain't going through that. Hell with that. They're gonna be all burned up. You're gonna be a diamond with Dad. Live forever. That clear enough analogy, brothers and sisters? Want one. Look what he had to go through to do. That's over. Pretty why he was doing it. One nice way he was doing it. Look, now it's over. He came through. He wouldn't come through like that. He came through a lot of dirt and stuff on him. So somebody had to clean him off, and then there he is. I should show that too. See the analogy? That's thinking mathematically. But again, we all think mathematics is just what level of mathematics we think on. I had to clear it up because based on what someone said not too long ago, I'm criticizing them, and then I said, well, maybe I should be more careful when I say, because we all think mathematically is just the level of mathematics we think on. And now we come with a new level of mathematics because what happened, this mathematics the devil has was superior to the math that the Sunnis had. So therefore they overcame the Sunnis. They kept the Sunnis locked down for 500 years, but they had superior math. And now a new math has come, math from Muhammad showing the technical side, and the angels showing the spiritual side, the spatial side. Because they cannot touch this math. They could, if they could have broken the seal, because angels all about mathematics, thinking mathematically. I mean, how can, is this clear enough for you, brothers and sisters? We are talking about this vector, so. Close out in a minute here. That's when we get to betrayers. How about the fulcrum? I'm not going to talk about that today. That's a very powerful concept. I mean, you got two major concepts. Fabric of the universe, every action happens to operate. That's fabric. Function. Balance and contrast. Balance and contrast. Fulcrum changes. That means the justice, the balance changes. Because the fulcrum changes because of the energy that's available. So we go to energy deprivation, one end of the universe, to maximum energy at the other end. One being, hands off, many beings, energy deprivation, so forth. So everything in between. Fulcrum changes. And all the energy, when the universe is totally contracted, one being, he got all energy, man, everything works perfect for him. He's in total bliss. Everything is, I mean, it's brilliant. He's got total knowledge of everything. Total, I mean, it's complete. Complete. As hard here, that's the maximum, but it's by itself. That individual by itself. When he or she was individual. Perfect bliss, perfect everything. Nothing, everything was perfect. There was nothing out of order. Everything was totally perfect, beautiful. Everything worked perfectly. Every thought was, everything was. Put a penny, you get $1 trillion back. Tree wasn't energy, effort, $1 trillion back. Now we put $1 trillion in to get a penny back in energy deprivation. Now the focus is moving in favor. The universe is contracting again. Capitalism won't work. I say all these systems, let me say it again, all these systems, capitalism is a function of energy deprivation season. Christianity is a function of energy deprivation season. 500 years that we went through. Christianity, democracy, all of the systems, that's the triangle that you needed, right? The spiritual side, economic side, right? And the political side. That's the triangle. That's the triangle. If you knew about this before it even happened, you would say, hey, what kind of systems do they need for the energy deprivation period? And you say they need something, capitalism, right? They have exploitation system. Right? That's capitalism by definition. Need a justification for that. That was Christianity. You might call those names. You understand the function. They need consensus. Everybody go along with it. That's exactly. So now now those things are failing now. For a new season, those things will not survive in spring season. Capitalism will be one of the first things to go because the fulcrum wouldn't support that anymore. But now, it really is not supporting now. Because right now, to maintain, they got to keep stealing from us. Well, they didn't have to steal from us. Remember, in deprivation, they didn't have to steal from us. We gave them $100, a penny back. That was justice. They didn't have to steal anything. We gave them $100, they gave us a penny back. We gave them gold, they gave us shipments. That was the balance. That was just. But now we move forward. We give them gold, and they're supposed to give us $100 worth of gold. They're supposed to give $200 worth of gold back. They steal $150, $175 worth of gold. We give them $100 worth of gold. They give us $25 worth of gold back, or $10 worth of gold back. They steal $199 worth of gold. They're keeping that same thing on, but it's stealing. So that means building negative energy for them and positive energy for us. We're being dammed up. So now we're building all this positive energy. It says $110 worth of gold every day, right? For every person, every day for 4, 5, 6, 800 years, for what was since 1950s or whatever. That's getting up billions and trillions of dollars. They all this negative energy for them. So the dam breaks. Now we're going to collect all that they're stealing from us. We're going to take all their gold and silver, all of it. And I was watching this thing yesterday. They said that Europe, I talked about this, right? that Europe is transferring all their gold over to America. It's perfect. So now we're going to have that gold too. Now, let me say one more thing about that, right? Remember, they did all kind of stuff to us. The secondary did to our brothers Esau too. They didn't go to the Holocaust, but they was oppressed more than any other nation. But they didn't go to the Holocaust. So when everything reverses, they gonna get revenge for everything happened to them. That's why it says when the end comes, they will have got revenge over everybody, and then it'll be between us and them. We're gonna get revenge on them for what they did to us, and that's it. It has reversed itself. I don't know if you caught that, but that's the sequence. I tell you, that's the mathematical sequence. It makes sense. That's it tells us. The Bible tells us what's going on. Like I pointed out here, energy mismanagement. This person will consider a shame and be a shame and appalled at him. Because we get to the hereafter, use all this energy for this, but the hereafter, it's going to be on a mental level. So like right now, right? What's the difference between us and a gorilla? A gorilla got all this strength in his body. He don't have his strength in his brain. So we ain't strong as the gorilla. Because God, we got strong here. They got strong here. So we master them. They're gorillas. He's going to be the next level gorilla in the hereafter. We won't call him a gorilla, we call him something, but he's going to be on the level of gorilla compared to us. He used all that build all that muscle. We use him to do stuff that we have a beast of burden to do. Okay, boy, big real butt. Go pick up those heavy diamonds or whatever. You don't understand that. I'm not playing, bro. I'm just joking here. That's what it's all about. If you mismanage your energy, that's part of being a disbeliever. Because the angel's telling you, remember, believer. What's part of the believer of the angel? Manage your energy. That was what's mismanage your energy. That's why they keep us under control right now. Energy mismanagement. Because you have enough energy now to bring all this stuff together, to become a great nation, to become a great army, to become free. Have it. But the point is, I got NFL. I got to go see Beyonce. I got all this bullshit. Energy mismanagement. Energy mismanagement means that you put this world's life ahead of yourself. Isn't that what it says? Those who love this world's life, what hereafter, because they put this world life ahead of themselves. Energy mismanagement. They have no portion hereafter. It says some did get there, but because they said, well, I'm gonna put something to myself. Remember, it says, some say, well, no portion. It says, some says, can you save me a fire? Well, it depends on how they do. So they put some in this world life and put some in themselves. Okay, they'll get home, but they'll be. You understand that story? They'll get home. Ron says they can get home, right? But they're gonna get home as like this, shame and appallment, because they're not gonna have this. That's where you got. You be like this guy over here. You put all this energy in his brain. So he got all the hands. That's his brain right there. Got hands and feet every day. But all in his brain. What you need to move to the next level. This person right there, to get there, he's going to be laughed at. He's not going to understand the world. He's going to be confused. So compared to us, he's going to be a beast. Gorilla. Because he chose to put his energy into this. Instead of this. Let's say, you know, I look at this picture, Bella says, this is beauty plus. That's just beginning of how we'll be looking. Unicron says the sisters that make it, they'll be made to look like, because their eyes will be like big, like saucers, right? They'll be made like virgins again. That's the ones that make it. But the point is, the system starts like this, get better and better and better. Can you imagine that? No, I can't. I'm gonna tell you, they are heaven. Damn. I feel I'm just looking at that and I feel like I'm in heaven already. Move on. People say I'm going crazy over here. But that right there, imitation, she looks sad because she knows she can't be. She got a little eye on there. You know, this ain't competing with her. Yeah, so she looking a little, got a little grin on her face. This right here look a little sad to see, sadness in her eyes, but she knows she can't compete with it. You got a crown. You put a crown on her head, don't matter. I don't care what you put on her head. Can't compete with it. Look at my hair. This sister here, she can have hair like this. She can have an afro. She can do whatever. She got hair that she can do whatever she want to do with it. This one, she's limited. She can't get no grow. She's limited to this. And you don't get that. Well, sister straighten hair. Yeah, because she can straighten her hair. That sister want to straighten hair, that's their business. No problem with that. But she can have hair like but that gives her the ability to do what she. That just shows you. See, you got a bad idea about everything now. I know, and since she's doing it, just want to be like a devil. That you know. I said, yeah. But at this point, I'm giving sister a pass on it. But I'm saying, right? The point is, she got the hair that she can do whatever she want to do with it. This one can't. Like a dog, they got dog hair. They can't do anything with that hair. They got dog hair. They can't do anything with it. She's stuck with that. You can't get a fro. You can't do any of that. She's stuck with that right there. She can cut it. This one here, she can have hair in any form she wanted to be in. So who's the God there? She can look like her if she want to, but she could never look like her. That black woman, she can look like this when she want. She can never look like her. Move on. I'll move on with this one, bro. I said, this crazy fool. Come on, well, XY. This is not the way the chromosome look, brother and sister. That's just a artistic. Suddenly, they look like X and a Y. Okay, what if they was speaking German? I mean, Russian. Russian don't have these type of letters. What would they call it then? That's coincidence. They look like English letters. Come on, that's just. He went, hey, you supposed to be X Y. No, it's the concept, fool. That's what you be concentrating on. The concept. Okay, what you put there? The concept. This got whatever it is. This got both of them, and this got half and half. That's the concept. Why? That's why I put it like this here. See, what's your Arabic? And okay, I'm gonna have to make a change here, bro. Sister, give me a minute. I realized what I did. Subject I went by the trail. Did a graphic for it, and I think it's not here. Yep, I bought it in the wrong version. Yeah, hold on. I want. Hold on a second. Take about a minute to do that. Hmm. That's why I haven't got to my subject because I forgot to. I bought the wrong version in. Had graphic in it. Okay, I'm gonna put it here, I guess. Hmm. Hmm. I'm gonna take 1 second, bro. Um, there you go. Now this is gonna be a little complicated, brothers and sisters. Bear with me. Hold on. No problem. One second, bro. Mm-mm. There you go. Here we go. Got it. One more second. Down that. Hey, brother and sister, to deal with this, I'm going to have to touch on a subject I don't like to talk about too much because it's too complicated. And you'll understand it in a while. Too complicated. And so I'm just going to touch on it. And I've little things about it in the past, but I'm not going to elaborate. It gets back to when Abraham asked, God says, how do you give life after death? Just take for birds, teach them to climb to you, right? And they can spread them on all the mountains, right? And call them to come back to you. So what it's trying to tell you is, see, I remember to all these so-called religions, they're trying to explain life on a lower level because they don't have operational control over the universe anymore. So they deal with on the level that and so reincarnation, the actual act, but they have it's like horoscopes. All those things are shadows of our old wisdom before we had to decline. So we don't reincarnate. We don't come back as animals, that kind of stuff. That's what and Abraham was talking about. When God told him, says, take four birds, that gets back to genes and that kind. And the bottom line is, we all are immortal. We're all part of a body. And when if you look at your body, if you understand your body, except for your brain cells, all the cells in your body replace themselves every 7 years, approximately every 7 years. So every 7 years, you got a whole different body you had 7 years ago. And when you go with your solid waste that you eliminate, most of that is just dead cells. So in other words, your cells have to keep upgrading themselves because season times changing. Remember, the universe is changing, so keep it kind of stay in sync with it, right? So it still stay viable. I'm not going into much detail. But the point is, you live your life, okay? And that's provide your seed even gets to the hereafter. Then that's why it says, "Oh, death, where's thy O grave, see, O death was thy sting, O grave was thy victory. Because when you die, it's like just going to sleep and then wake up in the morning rejuvenated. Well, so it is, you die and then you come back. But your gene structure is your actual real name. That's what he taught Adam. He taught them all their names. What do you mean by taught them all their names? He taught my name. Because they would learn it. They would learn the gene structure. When they didn't know about genes back then. That's what they tell you if you understand. I shouldn't have went there. I never revealed that before. I don't know if I want to talk into that or not. Think about that one for a minute. Let me just slip that one out. That's what he's talking about. He was talking about they would go in and they would discover genes, our actual real name, nature. That's what it's telling you. All their names. What names? You mean the angels know their names? Because that's what he said. Well, tell me if you're right. You know what? Those names not right. Tell me. So, me and angels didn't know their names. No, he's talking about your actual real name, your genes. I slipped that one out, but I wouldn't. I didn't mean to go there. I'm not going to go into it much deeper on that. Point is that that's your real name. So, if your gene structure comes, that's why arranged marriages. That's from way back before 50,000. Because we take and we arrange marriages. Okay, this person got this gene set, gene set. If you put them together, you can produce this code, and that's that person. That's why he was doing that. Matching genes, that's what say, take for a bird, taste inclined to you. You put them together, then you bring the person back alive again. That's what we do. That's a process we master. So, the judgment, I really, oh boy. In that before, I'm not going to go too much into it. But when they had the judgment here, Judgment America, Abraham Lincoln, all those people, they're going to be here. They're going to be here. With their fathers, no, they're here. They're here now. See? They don't know it, but they're here. The problem is, if you went to sleep every night and you woke up in the morning, you had to remember, you thought you would die. But if you went to sleep and every morning you woke up alive, but you didn't have no memory, then you hate to go to sleep because you thought you would die. But we have ability to restore that. I'll store it together, get back that computer and all that stuff I was telling you. Anyway, so that's why I tell Son of Man says, you're gonna be there too, because you're gonna be eating shit too. You ain't gonna make you eat human shit, but you're gonna eat shit too. It tells you right in there. So he would be in Holocaust too. All of us was in there. That's why his judgment was that day. You ain't come out of no grave, because you're all gonna be here. Everybody did all this stuff to us right now. They're alive right now. Benjamin Franklin, Thomas Jefferson, they're all alive right now. They just don't know it, but they are. They're gonna pay for what they did. Understand? And all of us that's here, we all went through the Holocaust too. You all went through it. You just don't remember it. You're going to be made to remember it. And when you do remember it, if you're made to remember while you're still here, ooh, damn, ooh, that's a question. I'm really dealt with that. If you get into your mind, right? Well, it's going to come back to you. Then you're going to realize, right? Your continuation is you never really, it's just a upgrade. So why am I saying this? The reason why I'm talking about this is because right now, what did you do when you went to the Holocaust? You submit? The Haitian, they didn't submit, right? Partially, then they gave up. They see what condition they're in, right? But what do you do? Were you a betrayer? Were you telling Master what the other people was doing? See? Was you beating up on the sisters? The Master? Help Master racism? What was you doing? See? We're supposed to submit. That submit don't mean that we're beating each other up. That gets to the affliction part. Submit doesn't mean we had to squeal on our brothers and sisters. What was you doing? I don't know if you see where I'm going. All these I'm talking about the demons now. Remember, there was two types of grades that came out. So what was the other grade? Because everybody came out of Holocaust, and why is there another situation? And why there's certain people that don't benefit from that? They went to the Holocaust too, because they was the betrayers. Uncle Tom's when they betray, hey master, you gonna, they told me they're gonna run away. Oh master, I saw him. He was sleeping with Sarah, and you told him she been not sleep with other niggas out there, but she belong to you. You know what I'm saying? That's Ben X. That's Jeffrey. That's Daniel. That's all these clowns. You understand? Ishmael. See? The betrayers. And so now they're being themselves. Now they're being paid. Now they revealed who they are. I know you don't understand. It's more complicated. Might too complicated for you. I never talked about that before. Yeah, I'm bringing much stuff clear and clear and clear. So now they're going to everlasting shame and upon you. They could be lasting. They're doing that just because they're doing it right now? No. That's what they was doing back then. Now this is their modern version of who they were back then. Confusing us, misleading us, agents telling them that's what to do, right? All the stuff they doing, right? Pretending they did something, right? Using us. See? You got you picking cotton, right? They say, hey, master, I gotta go. I gotta take a leak, right? And you go, and this Negro butt, he grabbed a bunch of your cotton and put in this thing. So now you gotta go pick, you already pick, you gotta pick what? 2 or 3 barrels, whatever, the snow one. That kind of stuff. So now they're doing the same thing. It's been manifest. That's the betrayers. That's who those people are. Everything's coming forward. Does everybody rise from the dead? They don't come out from the grave, coming back alive, and now your deeds are exposed to you. It says your book. Here's your book. Your book from not just now, my whole history here. What was you doing when you went through the Holocaust? Was you sticking helping out, trying to help the sisters? Were you trying to stick out for help yourself? You were submitting, yeah, but was you right? You taking advantage of our people? That's the difference. He's a Smith. They say take advantage of our people, hurt our own people, hurt the sisters, hurt other brothers, squeal on them, all this kind of stuff. Right? Remember they had some slaves would beat the other ones. You take it and beat them. I refused to do it, and they got whooped. Nigga, I told you to take a whip. Nah, man. That's like, I can't. So they whipped him. He rather took the whipping than to be taking whipping on the sisters and everything. I said, I'm not going to do it. So now he got whipped. Now he's going to be repaid for that because now he's going to see the angel. When that comes, he's going to see it. These other ones, they ain't going to see it until it's too damn late. It's not going to profit them. See? But they went to the Holocaust. They got enough. Okay? How they went through it. You come out crippled. You come out crazy. Come out distorted. But you survived it. So now you can get through the tribulation. Forever that shame and appallment. Because you right now, you're going the same way you was back then. You're the same way you was back then. And it's time for the judgment. Those betrayers. I thought it was a good time to speak on that. Understand what they're all about. They're not going to change. And want to change. There's some man going to find all those that offend. They'll be tormented. Everlasting shame and appallment. You think we'd be just to have everlasting shame and appallment for something they just did in the last 10 years? Stuff like that. So they tell you Jesus supposed to have done. He messed up because you believe he can put you in hell forever, never, never know. Because there was a cancer to our body for the last 5 years. The whole Holocaust. Instead of just submitting, they try to get over on us. They try to Master, oh Master, make it easy for me, Master. I tell you this here, man. Can I get a loaf of bread? No, can I take a wing? I told Joseph what they're doing. And Joseph, they working his ass off, right? And soon Joseph ain't looking, you taking a little bit he got, stove, still whatever little bit he got from him. All the little things you was doing now, you paying for it. And so when I see these people, I know, I look at them and say, okay, all you're doing is show me who you was back then. Because if you was looking for your people, then you'd be looking out for them now. That's why Suleiman would be what he's doing because he sacrificed himself. He wouldn't do anything bad against people. He refused, and they beat him. And he suffered. That's why he suffered sins of the world. He beat everything because he would not do anything to hurt his people. Nothing. And that's why he's the one that broke the seals and the one that's doing this. He won't do anything against his people. Nothing. Zero. Especially against the sisters. He looked out for the sisters, tried to do everything he could to protect the sisters. He couldn't do it, but he did everything he could to protect them. And that's why he's doing what he's doing right now. You understand? Because he's the same nature. Nature you had back then is the nature you have right now. Aside from the fact that, the devil's influence on us. But you got some black folks who look out for black folks. They don't know what they're doing. They still trying to, they might tell them about Jesus and everything else, but like I say, my wife's mother, right? You're not a Muslim, right? But when my wife got together, right, because she wasn't Muslim, and she heard it right away, right? I mean, some females will do that just to get, but she was wholehearted. She's always been 100%. Had a demon wife that wasn't. She pretended that was hell. But my mom refused to come by and visit anything, and I respected that. I respected it. I told her I respected it, and I respect her mom. She went to see her mom. Mom was not feeling too well. She gone for a few days. I tell her, why don't you go see your mom? Because mom wasn't doing it. She was doing because she was trying to protect her daughter, and she didn't know what this was all about. I respected that. It wasn't bad, but she just wouldn't do unbelief. Me, I know where she's coming from. She taught her everything. She said, hey man, you're just trying to protect her daughter. You ain't getting bad advice for that. Yeah. So I'm trying to explain to you, brothers and sisters. If you was a rip-off artist, you betrayer back then, you betrayer now. That's why Scripture said, can a tiger change the stripes? That's why you see Ben X, all these kinds of lying, all that kind of stuff. What? They're getting paid to do that stuff. And they know they're lying. They know they're hurting you. But as long as they're getting that money, that's all right with them. See, if they didn't know they was lying, but you know they're lying because if you look at that stuff, you know they're lying. You know they're lying. They know they're lying. They know they're lying. And they get paid for Farrakhan, whatever. And these preachers, same thing. Oh man, I don't get no job. I can just tell these, see, let them take care of me. Don't put money in the basket. See? They know the stuff they tell is lies. They say, man, I'll go out here and tell these niggas that right now. I love Jesus and they'll take care of me, man. They put money in the basket and I don't have to work nowhere. Because there was betrayers back then, they're betrayers now. I ain't talking about the demons. I'm talking about our people. That's why it says two categories of our people come out here. There was everlasting life and everlasting shame and apartment. And so now they're present now. They're doing what they was doing before. All the stuff they're doing is taking advantage of black people, confusing black people. They know stuff is lies. You understand, brothers? I'm going to leave it there. The betrayers. See? I thought it was about time to really explain the other group, who they are, where they come from. And somebody just jumped up and said, I'm going to do, no. There was betrayers back then. They was back there then, and they betrayers now. See? So now they're visible, and they're right in the judgment right here. Now it's exposed, and now they're going to be punished. Like they punished us because it was part of the punishment. You suffering everything, you're going as hell, you submitting, and then they do something, they're going to steal something, and then say, hey man, Joseph did it, master. And then you get whipped for something they did. That's these wicked assholes, excuse me. That's what I say. Well, I tell you, I'm getting worked up these days. I'm using words I shouldn't be using, but that's what they are. That's why they're going to suffer like something. I want you to say, I want this time. I want to get to the point where you understand exactly who everybody is and why it is. I never explained to you that group. I told you it wasn't demons. I didn't want to go into it because I want to go in this about how we regenerate. I talked about that a while back a little bit. I don't want to get into that. I guess that the point we need right now is to get through what we're going through right now. Hell is approaching America, is coming at full speed. Fear is going to grab America. Some of you are going to be caught up in it. Hell is about to break loose in a minute. So I want to focus on that. You get home, yeah, you'll see your mom and dad again. It tells you. Because right now, I'm going to leave it here. I'm not going into detail right now. But you're the treasure chest of your family. Because you got the genes of your mother and father in you. You got them in you. So if you make it, right? Well, they was too old to make it. But remember, they can make it. They can be brought back in because you got the material to do it. You got to have the material, you got to have the genes to do it. They can't come out of genes nowhere. So when you bring, you're also bringing them back with you. I don't want. I don't want to go into it, boss. It's complicated, but you're gonna find out. I talked about it in the past, but like I said, I don't want to focus that. I want to focus right now, on just getting home. That's the critical point right now. So these ain't. There may be some demons in here. Right? But that's why you separate those two groups out. First, get rid of demons, then get these betrayers. Everybody has to pay a consequence. But now they're exposed who they are. Because right now, all these people right here, look at them. Everyone here knows this is bullshit. And they're all for massa. This guy right here, if he could, yep, all black folks eating shit. He could. He know better than the rest of them. He's slicker with it. They're praying for him. I ain't saying all of them, biting all of them is this bad. That Kamala, ooh. Hi, she don't like black people. Why would she marry a devil? You understand? Betrayers. They wouldn't be with this message. They'd be the nation. They wouldn't be doing this. They praying for this guy. If he could, he'd be feeding us all shit again. Pray for that. Anyway, that's what the betrayers are. So now you know all the groups. You know who demons are? No, the other group are they're the betrayers. Not demons. They're betrayers. The demons are not really betrayers. They ain't betraying their own people. They're not betraying us because they're not one of us. You have to be one of us to betray us. They're attacking us. They're hurting us. They're not betrayers. They turn on their own people against their own people. They ain't betrayers. They're not betrayers. Enemy. These clowns are the betrayers. Betraying their own people. So they're going to be rewarded for that. I'm going to leave it there, brothers and sisters. Betrayers. That's it.